Ladies and gentlemen, it's the world's wokest warrior, primitive-sided, toxic fanboy aligned with the like-minded. Your boy Tony Tone Deaf, and I want to be the first to welcome you to the Clown World Review. We're going to bring you the freest of speech and the most cynical of assholes. We're going to review and discuss everything here. Movies, TVs, video games, social issues, political issues, technology, and we might even talk shit about people we don't like. Is it woke? Who the f*** knows? But we're gonna find out. And if we don't, maybe we're the woke ones. Kick off the Clown World Review than by reviewing one of the greatest pilot episodes in animated history. And of course I am talking about Turtle Tracks from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles classic animated series. This episode was written by David Weiss and Patty Howarth. The episode begins with Human Bebop and Rocksteady, along with their gang, smashing up a nice red sports car as April O'Neil narrates her exposé on crime, and more specifically, a string of robberies that have hit scientific companies lately.
And what was stolen?
2 positron accelerators, 4 reverse flux polarity indicators, and 1 parabolic sine wave generator.
Further investigation shows sword marks and tools made in Japan, which makes the scientist and April speculate on whether ninjas are committing these crimes. And in my opinion, they must have been bad ninjas, because a good ninja
fade away without a trace.
April wraps up her report outside a technology world, and the Channel 6 news crew is pestering her to get out of there as they're sitting on about $1 million worth of equipment. In a bad neighborhood, mind you. But April, being the stubborn and good reporter that she is, wants to stick around to see if they see anything suspicious. Unfortunately, she's barely able to get her sentence out when Bebop and Rocksteady, along with their gang, emerge from the shadows with a baseball bat. Rocksteady corners April and tells her he has a message from the boss, and that message is that she should stick to reporting on fashion shows. April agrees, but the thugs don't believe her. They gotta beat it into her. Luckily, April's able to escape into the sewer, but her plan soon hits a wall. The bad guys catch up to their reporter friend, but their reporter friend has a friend of her own.
A gigantic-ass turtle stick.
4 figures appear from the shadows and take out Bebop, Rocksteady, and friends, and proceed to freak April the f*** out. April faints on the filthy poop sewer floor, and it's revealed that a mysterious figure has been watching these events unfold from a remote location. Back at Splinter's place, the Ninja Turtles eat anchovy and peanut butter pizza, while April dines on sushi and tea. Leonardo asks why April was being chased by the thugs, but April's more interested in why she is speaking to a rat and 4 turtles. Splinter explains that Hamato Yoshi was the leader of the Foot Clan until Oroku Saki framed Yoshi for the attempted murder of a visiting master sensei. Banished and in exile, Hamato Yoshi lived in poverty in the sewers of New York City, and at a point, happily with his pets and turtles he obtained by chance. One day, Yoshi found his turtles in a pink, mutagenic ooze and was quick to expose himself while cleaning his pets. The turtles quickly gained human-like characteristics, though Hamato Yoshi took the form of the rats, who he had most recently been in contact with. Yoshi named his pet turtles after his favorite Renaissance painters: Donatello, Raphael, Leonardo, and Michelangelo. Leonardo swears to find whoever dropped the mutagen on them and force them to return his sensei to his human form. April accuses the Turtles of committing the recent string of robberies and tries to escape, but the Turtles think she should stick around until cooler heads prevail and they figure out a plan. Leonardo mentions finding the thieves and gaining a new story for April if she helps them out by getting into places they can't and helping them find the men who turned Splinter into a rat. Now we catch up with the thugs who are back at their lair, speaking to the man who is watching everything transpire remotely. Rocksteady refers to this man as Shredder, and Shredder inquires whether or not the shadowed figures that took Bebop and Rocksteady out were in fact turtles, but the thugs were unsure. Catching back up with the Turtles in April, they find a Ninja Pizza matchbook while searching for any clues the thugs may have left behind. This brings them out of the sewer where they actually get threatened by an old lady and decide to find disguises. After getting disguised, the Turtles find an entire ninja-themed neighborhood where Ninja Pizza sits. So they go in, they find a table, and April questions if the feel of the pizzeria is just a little off. At this time, it's revealed that the Shredder is actually observing them through the security cameras in the pizza parlor. April must have noticed something. It didn't show on camera, but what I'm guessing is she saw the name of the security company on the camera as it was following them. Because we switch to the next scene, and the Turtles are sitting in the pizzeria asking where April is. Well, then the scene switches again, and April's standing in front of Manhattan Security Services, where she finds out they're responsible for the recent string of robberies. She didn't realize this yet, but the security guards standing there were in fact foot soldiers. She would be quick to find out, though, as she goes to make a phone call to Channel 6 News to get a crew and camera down there. The foot soldiers abduct her. The Turtles, concerned about April, leave Ninja Pizza and begin searching for any clues anywhere she may have gone, and they eventually do find a string of clues leading them to April's purse, which is hanging over the ledge of a building. As the Turtles make their way to the top of the building, the Ninja Turtles realize it is a trap, and by the time they realize it, a large group of foot soldiers corner the Turtles. Donatello realizes there's something off about the foot soldiers until Raphael clanks one of them with his sai, and they realize these foot soldiers are in fact machines. Observing from the distance, Shredder realizes the Turtles are using the ways of the Foot Clan and ponders if Hamato Yoshi still lives. The foot soldiers break out some futuristic gadgets and technology, start shooting lasers at the Turtles, so what do the Turtles do? They drop a wall on the foot soldiers. The few remaining foot soldiers escape to a separate rooftop, which finds the Ninja Turtles in April ziplining across the rooftop to follow them. They chase the foot soldiers inside of a building where they come face to face with a screen of Shredder. Now the camera switches over and Shredder's watching them too, and this is when he realizes they are in fact Turtles, and they are Hamato Yoshi's Turtles. So Shredder realizes Yoshi's alive, and realizes that these Turtles can't find his Technodrome. So he makes an announcement through the entire building for his foot soldiers to retreat, and as they do, one of the foot soldiers breaks a water main, which starts flooding the building, causing the Turtles to, number one, save April from drowning, but they need to make their way up to the rooftop now, while the foot soldiers make their way down to the Technodrome. And the sheer weight of this water actually collapses the building. So we end the episode with the Turtles in April back in their lair, back in the sewer lair, with Splinter and an outfit of the foot soldier. One of the foot soldiers, and that's when Splinter realizes that Oroku Saki is alive and in New York. At this point, the Turtles in April sit down to celebrate with banana and sausage pizza, and that is the end of the first episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Classic Series. So, some quick thoughts on this episode. Like I said, I think this is just a fantastic pilot episode. I was young. I watched this show in real time back in the late 80s, early 90s. I was a youngin' then. I didn't realize how story-driven the cartoon was. Back in the day, they were just random episodes for me. But I've gotten a few episodes in, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I mean, I really enjoyed this pilot episode, and just being a fan of the Ninja Turtles for decades now, I'm really looking forward to doing these upcoming reviews. There were a few issues with the episode, obviously, like when the Turtles were in Ninja Pizza and April just disappeared. I mean, it shows them eating at the table, the security camera's pointed at them, and then the scene switches over to Shredder. He's checking them out, he has a couple lines of dialogue, and then it switches back over to the pizzeria and April's missing, and they're talking about where is she. So they probably cut out a few scenes for time constraints, but, you know, as great as the episode was, I don't think you could really get away with that. Now, I don't watch modern cartoons, many of them, but I don't know if you can get away with that in today's day and age. A crappy reboot with no creativity? Sure, but there's got to be some effort towards continuity. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in today. We reviewed the debut episode of the Ninja Turtles on the debut episode for the Clown World review. Now, I do plan on reviewing more of this series until we finish up, and there are a lot of episodes. I think like 197 or 176, something like that. Don't hold me to it, but there are a lot. And we're going to get through each and every one of them. Plus, I've got Masters of the Universe coming up. And a few other just random reviews. We're going to have other content creators on here reviewing different series, different movies. So please stay tuned. Tell a friend. Like, share, subscribe. The best thing you can do is share this video, because these algorithms, they're against us, especially when we speak out against their agenda.